Welcome to your Friday, February 13th morning update. So the Democrats got all uppity about ICE agents and all the stuff going on in Minnesota, and it only seems to be a problem in Minnesota, but they demanded that ICE agents have body cameras, and then they demanded that they have lots of restrictions on how they use them. They want the surveillance because they think the cops will be naughty, when in fact they'll probably just record their street protesters being naughty. Well, that brings up a great subject. If surveillance is a problem, if privacy is the issue, what's going on with this?
Sometimes I can't stop thinking about all the cameras. Step out of my door, security camera. Head down the street, police camera. Movies, camera. Shopping, camera. Groceries, subway, doorbell, camera.
So yeah, there are cameras everywhere. And of course, increasingly, something called the Flock safety camera deployed for license plate reading for law enforcement use only. But when you give the government cameras and tools and AI, well, abuse just seems like it's probably inevitable. The amount of data these can collect is extensive, and they've had some upgrades. And you have to ask yourself, are they near me? They're near me, not that many. New Hampshire doesn't have a lot of them yet, but you might. Quote, Flock Safety, a private surveillance company based in Atlanta, deploys its automated license plate readers as part of a public-private partnership in upwards of 6,000 communities nationwide with little to no coverage in the mainstream media. Flock's cameras were upgraded in October 2025 with AI-powered Raven acoustic sensors capable of picking up human voices. If your cameras have microphones to detect things like gunshots or screaming, now they can listen to your conversations. The surveillance state has just upped its game.
Biggest invasion of privacy that has ever hit America.
More and more, these systems aren't just cameras. They're storing data, compiling lists, and with enough ALPRs, law enforcement essentially has real-time surveillance of every vehicle in their area.
We're talking about mass surveillance.
Mass surveillance, in the sense that they collect data on everyone.
You can basically see where everyone is at any point in time.
New Hampshire has a law that limits how license plate cameras or the Flock security system or anything like it can be used. Section 26175B outlines the limitations placed on law enforcement, and it is only allowed to be accessed by law enforcement. But as I dug through the details, there's no enforcement mechanism. If you don't do what the law says, you don't get punished. So I guess the next question I have to ask is, what happens if somebody else uses it? I mean, can they get access? Is some of this stuff publicly available to stalkers, thieves? Turns out it is.
Using a commercial search engine, I very easily found the administration interfaces for dozens of Flock safety cameras. I shared this information with 404 Media, and with John Gaines' help, that number quickly grew to nearly 70. None of the data or video footage was encrypted. There was no username or password required. These were all completely public-facing for the world to see, and some of them still are. You don't have to be an expert to find and gain access to this. You don't even have to type anything in to see every single person, vehicle, and activity that took place in these locations in the last 31 days. Whether you wanted to watch this footage live in real time or look at footage from a month ago, you could just point and click your way to it like you were watching Netflix.
Clearly, it's not every camera or every device or every microphone, but Flock safety isn't secure, and it's going to get abused. And you should probably find out where they are, who has access, who has control, and what you can do to try and stop it all. The surveillance state is here, and it's not just annoying white liberal women with cell phones. Thanks for listening. Enjoy your Friday the 13th. We'll talk to you on Monday.